Tinder date from hell. I should have known that a woman like Elena did not just stumble onto my profile. She was mid-40s, sleek, amazing body, beautiful, and radiated the kind of wealth that usually stays behind gated communities. Her profile was minimal, just 3 photos of her in high-end cocktail dresses and a bio that read, "Looking for a young man with a strong back and no ties." I laughed it off as a cougar joke. I was 22, broke, and looking for a good night. She invited me to her estate on the edge of the county, a brutalist concrete mansion hidden behind a forest of weeping willows. When I pulled up in my beat-up sedan, she was waiting at the door with a glass of vintage scotch. She looked better than the photos, tighter, more predatory. The moment I stepped inside, the air felt heavy, like the oxygen had been sucked out. We sat on a velvet sofa that probably cost more than my college tuition. Elena was magnetic. She started running her fingers along my jawline, then my shoulders, whispering about how well built I was. She was not just flirting, she was inspecting me. She moved closer, her breath smelling like expensive vanilla and something sharp like ozone. As she pulled me into a kiss, her hands wandered behind my head. That is when I heard it. The heavy, rhythmic thud of combat boots on polished concrete. I tried to pull back, but Elena's grip tightened with surprising strength. "Do not move, darling. You are perfect." A massive shadow fell over us. A large thud hit my head and everything went black. I woke up with a sore bottom covered in bruises to the sound of metal screaming against metal. My head was throbbing in time with a distant diesel engine. I tried to wipe my eyes, but my wrists were locked in heavy-duty zip ties that bit into my skin. I was not on a velvet sofa anymore. I was lying on a rusted corrugated floor covered in oily grit and my own dried blood. I dragged my body toward a sliver of light, a rusted-out rivet hole in the side of what I realized was a shipping container. I peered through. We were at a private shipyard. Rain was lashing down under the orange hum of floodlights. I saw Elena. She was not wearing the cocktail dress anymore. She was in a tactical trench coat standing next to another man. A third man, dressed in a sharp charcoal suit, handed her a thick, vacuum-sealed brick of cash and a lot of it. She pointed at my container and nodded. The man checked a tablet and said, "Destination, Dubai." I screamed until my throat bled, but the only response was the sound of the container locking into place on a freighter that was already pulling away from the dock.